Good morning, everyone. So it's like, I don't know, 7 in the morning, and I am starting my morning chores. I'm starting outside before it gets too hot. We've got a lot to do today. I'm starting off by feeding Binks the cat and Duke and Skeeter, and just gonna get them all fed, let the chickens out, get them fed, and I actually put kitty litter in their coop last night, so I'm interested to see how they did with it. So far it sounds pretty good. Everybody's still alive. I had read good and bad reviews, but again, that's a different story. We'll just check on it and make sure they did okay with it. So let's get going. So Duke gets to stay out all day. Skeeter, unfortunately, we have to put up in her dog kennel because she likes to chase people who ride bikes around here. And the UPS guy, and the Amazon guy, and the FedEx guy, and the mailman. Can't leave him out. So, she's in the shade. She's good. She's already used to her routine, so it's no problem. I hear you, I'm coming. Chicken feed actually moved into our little feed shed. So I have to come in here now. I don't like it because I've seen a mouse in here. Because this is where we keep our cow feed and hay from time to time when we buy small barrels. But I had it in the laundry room, our laundry room. It's kind of like a tack room, but I needed to get it out of the house. It was just super crowding. It's kind of like my little project room, laundry room, kind of everything room, but it's out of the house now, so now it's in the feed shed. So I'm kind of liking it so far. This is also our feed shed slash storage. But I'm filling up 2 big cups of chicken feed. Oops. One for the babies and one for the big girls. I kind of start with a big cup of feed, and then I'll feed them like at lunch. Give them like whatever leftovers, like bread or tortilla. Like if we ate rice last night, I would give them leftover cooked rice. And because right now I kind of decided to not let them free range or open range, because they were getting into the garden and eating all of our tomatoes. So I don't blame them, but they've got to be inside for a bit. Ariel, new chicken tractor. I'm gonna open the door for the babies. Just gonna move this, give them some fresh grass and bugs to eat. I'm just gonna throw them some food in here. Of course, I like to make them work for their feed. Pull my little string here and hook it onto this screw. And try to get out of here before my rooster comes and attacks me. Alright, let's go check for eggs. Kind of hard to do while holding a camera, but I like to leave this open because chickens don't really smell very well, and just to air it out. I don't leave the big doors open because they will figure it out and get out. They haven't yet figured out that they could probably sneak out of the hen house. Oh, looky there. I have an egg all the way over there. But so far it seems as if the kitty litter did just fine. I mainly kind of did that to help with the smell. I need to clean it out. That's another problem, but when I get busy and things like that, I don't always have the time to. And I'm wondering if the kitty litter will kind of just help absorb the poop a little bit better, so when I go to scoop it up. I have had hay in here the whole time, but as I've been cleaning it out and things like that, you know, this is all I have left. Okay, so why kitty litter? Honestly, I have a cat and I had every intention of him being an inside cat, but he had other plans and decided that he wanted to be an outdoors cat. I don't blame him. He's a boy, so not too worried about him bringing home a bunch of babies and things like that. But he loves it out here, and he comes in from time to time, but for the most part he's outside. Well, I had already bought this big old bag from Sam's Club of kitty litter, and it got opened accidentally, and so I have this bag of open kitty litter that I didn't know what to do with. So I thought, let me try putting it in the chicken coop. Maybe it'll help with absorb the smell, kind of cut down on the gnats and flies, and maybe it'll be a little easier to scoop out. But either way, I just didn't want to throw it away, and I didn't know nobody else has cats, so that was kind of my soapbox. So it's over. Everyone's alive. Nobody tried eating it, and so far so good. It's not bad with flies in here. So all right, so got the egg. Yay! Put it in my pocket and close everything back up so no one gets out. So the chickens are all good on water. I'll come back out and check on them in about another hour or two. I'm gonna go get this egg put up, and then I need to water this morning because I did not water last night. I need to harvest some potatoes and some carrots, so let's do that this morning. Fun stuff. All right, y'all, so as I'm trying to do chores and be productive, I have this little girl who decided to get out from somewhere. I heard my dog's barking, and I come to look out thinking it's like a coyote or something out in the street. Nope, just this silly girl. So I got her haltered up, and I'm just gonna get her back in the pasture and see where she got out, because thankfully it's just her and not the donkeys and the other guys and my pregnant mama, because she is stubborn and wants to do her own thing. So luckily it was just this one, so I'm gonna get her put up. All right, so she's put up. I just opened the gate for her. She went right in. I have to go and get the halter off of her, but Duke is crying, and it's still pretty early in the morning, and I don't want to be that neighbor, so I'm going to get him out of the garden because I kind of locked him up. Okay, everybody, it's finally time now to harvest my potatoes and my carrots and probably the onions that we had planted. I got Churro put up and got her situated. So the hot wiring had been turned off by my husband because he had to fix a piece of wire and he forgot to turn it back on. So easy fix. I didn't have to like walk all the rest of the pasture to see if maybe there was something touching or a limb of a tree or something, you know, because it can be kind of tedious, but simple fix. She's put up now, so we can carry on. Let's go. Okay, so here is what is left of our potato bed. I'm just going to take off this fencing because this is just what we had up to keep the chickens out, because they loved getting in here and scratching up all my pretty dirt and disturbing my potatoes. All right, so let's go. I've got my basket here. I'm gonna dust them off already, but I've already got one right here. This one's already rooting. That one might end up going back in the ground, y'all. Got another root one. Y'all, look at this one. It's huge. That is awesome. Look at that. I have to share something with y'all. What I thought was an egg, was a potato. I just spilled the beans. Y'all, this is an egg that has to be my chickens has laid, and they buried it and hid it from me. This is a whole egg. I will not dare try to open it because I don't know when it was laid or how long it's been in there. But like I said, originally I had them free ranging and they were coming in here a lot, and so I had to kind of close this off because they were uncovering a lot of my potatoes, but now I know why. So oh my gosh, I swear I cannot make this up. That is too funny. We will carefully place this right here so that it doesn't bust, because I've had them cooped up for about a week now. I don't know. And this has been on for a couple weeks, so this is a pretty old egg. I'm not gonna try to even break it, but I just wanted to share with y'all. That is too funny. Oh my gosh, they are a mess. Okay guys, really quick, that is the potato harvest. So pretty neat. I need to weigh them, but I would say 5 to 8 pounds of potatoes easy. There's a pretty good mixture in there with some large to medium and some small potatoes that are good for roast and things like that. But I'm gonna get them inside because I don't want them sitting out in the sunlight too long. They like dark, dry, cool places. So I'm gonna actually transfer these into a smaller basket and put them in the cupboard. Okay, so I'm in the house now where it feels amazing. But just gonna take a couple of these and see how many the potatoes fill up and store them, and so that way they don't start exactly sprouting on me. I'll probably end up putting the medium to large ones in one container, and that way I know that those are a little bit bigger, and then put the smaller ones in another container, and that way I know like which is which, and separate them and organize them a little. Here are the potatoes. I put them in a basket along with the egg that, thank God, it didn't bust whenever I was harvesting, but this baby will go back outside. All right, so going back outside to, well, for one, put the egg, I think I'm gonna put it in the compost. Let it just break down in there. I do not want it to bust or shatter in my hands or anywhere near where I can smell it. So we'll just throw it in the compost area. I'm getting ready to harvest some more. I'm gonna go ahead and get the carrots out of their bed as well. And that way we've got at least 2 nice good beds to be able to get some more stuff going. I am noticing that as I walk by the carrot bed that I do have some carrots in there that are pretty small. Let me dump this out really quick. Ugh. I may end up leaving a couple of the smaller carrots because maybe they need some breathing room or something of that nature. So I'm gonna leave those in there, and I'm gonna put the fence back up around the potato bed because the dirt is lovely, but I do have a cat that loves to, if he found this dirt, he would love to do his business in there. We haven't had too much of a problem with him doing that just yet, but I don't want to take any chances. Hey Binks, we were just talking about you. Alright, so they are jam-packed in here, but we're going to get them pulled, get them some breathing room for the ones who need a little more time. Hey, look at that. Pretty good. Guys, look at these. How beautiful is that? I just love it. too much fun, and they smell so good. I love it. You know, I said that my favorite thing to plant was corn. I mean, because it looks so pretty. And just, you know, there's so much about corn that screams farm, but pulling up the carrots, and the potatoes was fun, but pulling up the carrots and smelling them. So I pulled as many carrots as possible that I saw were pretty good size and ready. There's still some in there that were really, really small. I'm not sure what they'll do, as this is my first ever time to harvest carrots from my very own garden. But I'm gonna leave them in there for a little bit longer, maybe another week. See if they do a little better now that they've got some room to work with. As you can probably tell, it is hot, I'm sweating, and my carrot bed is in the direct sun. And we are in the Gulf Coast of Texas, so the humidity is unlike no other. But they smell amazing, and I just have to share it with you guys. Y'all, but look at that. That thing is full of carrots. They are just beautiful. We have a lot more orange on the bottom. We have a couple purple and white and green on top. Y'all, but I'm like showcasing this, like, I mean, this is beautiful. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do, because that is just really so neat. Thank you guys for coming along with me today as I did my morning chores. It was fun. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did, as always. I am going to get the carrots inside, and with the potatoes, get them organized and sorted. I will make probably another video on how I store these babies, and just kind of the things that I do that enables them to store them on the shelf, that will kind of last a little bit longer. It is my first time. I'm not an expert, but I'm just going to give you this a shot. We love carrots. So I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. It is Friday. Once again, as always, thanks for watching my video. Y'all have a good weekend.